What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude podcast.
Damn, dude.
Where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll really make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
You know what I mean? That type of shit to really just like give you a chance to feel and think and see life a little bit differently. And possibly even change your life or, give you some cool insight at a minimum. So let's get to it, man. This is episode 59. 59. That's one short of 69 and 7 short of 2 short and 9 divided by 3. Whatever. That went nowhere. Anyway. So, man. Yeah, we're gonna get. Man, that was a terrible introduction. I'm sorry. No, I'm not really sorry, but okay. This episode is gonna be about like attraction. Like attraction's such a weird fucking thing. So, like, think about this. I never realized that I had attraction. Like, if somebody says the law of attraction, to me, attraction in that sense isn't even used the same. It doesn't even mean the same thing at all. Like, doesn't even register in my brain as when if somebody were to say like, oh, I'm attracted to that person. Like, I never really put those two together, and I started thinking about it. I was like, yo, this is the exact same thing, actually. It's the same word, and it still applies the same. And I realized, I think the law of attraction is cool. I believe it's real. I also understand there's a lot of hokey shit about it and around it, and a lot of misunderstandings or even, what would you call it? Like a lack of explanation even. So, or a lack of context even. Yeah, that works as well. So, it's like, all right, check it. Ho, shut your mouth and get naked. Bitch, I'm connected. And ain't no bitches singing on this record. Okay, sorry. It's Ice Cube. But there's, dude, you guys have, see, whoa, this works the same. Okay, I'm just gonna throw this example out there. So when I hear, like, all right, check it, I automatically hear, ho, shut your mouth and get naked. Bitch, I'm connected. Or yeah, I'm connected. And ain't no bitches singing on this record. Like, those words just clink, 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 clink. They just link for me. That's often why you'll hear me kind of just say some weird shit. Like, I'll say something and then that'll trigger that weird response that I come up with or whatever, right? So, okay, that's just the example. And it'll make sense as I explain what I'm talking about for the rest of this, which is like, why are we attracted to the people we're attracted to, and why are we attracted to the things that we like and enjoy and are attracted to? Like, really? You ever really think about that? Like, it occurred to me that I don't know. I'm trying to think like where I want to take this first. Like, it occurred to me that like I started thinking of like why I like the types of cars and trucks and motorcycles and bikes and like the physical things that I'm into, I realized that like where I grew up and the circle of influence and the people that I had around me definitely impacted and shaped all of that. Because, for example, for me,
I know Southeast Dago. I know Mira Mesa.
Growing up in Mira Mesa, Mecca Town, I was exposed to, it was like growing up, like lowered cars was the thing, like lowered Civics, lowered Integras, um, lowered Preludes, lowered like dumped ass Accords. Um, and I mean, this was like from the like the early '90s, and it was cool. It was like we all thought it was tight, dude. Like to fix them up, like all the JDM cars, like that shit is so hard. I mean, yes, in general, they're slow. And let's be real, guys. But the thing is like I think this is where a lot of people don't understand and why these cars are so cool to us. And I feel like this hasn't really been spoken on, but like if you have a car that you can drive full power, like full throttle, you can use 100% of the car's power and you can use and feel the entire car. That's way funner than having more power than you can use on a regular basis. So I think about it and I'm like, I think about my motorcycles and like having a supermoto, like a single cylinder supermoto, which does like 110 with the wind at my back downhill and, like top speed. That is the funnest bike I've ever ridden versus when I've had bikes that'll do like, I've ridden bikes that'll do over 200 miles an hour on the street. I've owned bikes that, do 167 miles per hour and like, that's fucking fast, But the thing is like, and this is when I used to scare myself is when I used to have my 636, I had a '06 636. If you know what that is, one of them Ninja bikes. I had the candy flat plasma blue. That shit was so beautiful with gold accents. My bike was hard, dude. People, I think, yeah, that bike was tight, man. It got a lot of love. So having all the usable power of my bike that only does 100, it's a single cylinder 400 versus inline 4 636cc, super sport. It's crazy because the supermoto is always funner. Having an Aprilia right now, the Dorsadoro 750, the supermoto, the Honda XR 400 was funner. It just was because you can use all the power all the time and you feel like a fucking, it's not even you feel, but it's just, I mean, like, yeah, you feel like a fucking beast, you mobbing, like that shit's tight. So that's kind of the appeal of what having like a fix up Civic or fix up Integra or something like that is like. Yeah, we already know it's not the fastest shit, but it's like you can use all of its power for the amount of space that we have. You know what I mean? It's like think about this too. It's like if you were to have a freaking like K5 go-kart, right? Like the one, like speed circuit type go-karts, right? Like those like ones that anybody can go to and just drive, If you brought a Ferrari into that course, the Ferrari's going to get smoked. And the Ferrari's not going to be fun because you're going to have to you'd be driving like 2 miles an hour the whole way. You get up to 5 and then have to stop. And then like, it's not that tight. But in the little cart, you're just whoa, full speed the whole way. And that's a billion times funner. So that was kind of the appeal because the amount of space and the roads that we have and everything, it was like, it was different, So growing up around that, I always thought lower cars were cool. And, all the Japanese cars, I always thought those were pretty cool. And, Lexus, just like all the Japanese cars, I thought they were cool. Obviously, all the German cars and everything else is cool too. But like, American cars wasn't like the thing in our neighborhood or growing up. Now at the same time, my dad was like one of the few people in the whole neighborhood. My dad, and shout out to the homie Lex. What up, Lex? Him and his pops, they had lifted trucks. And my dad's friend Albert. Shit, what up, Albert? They were like the only ones with lifted trucks back in the day. And like, I thought that was so sick. I remember my dad used to roll up. Everybody would be like, "Whoa, your dad has a monster truck." And like my dad would roll up in the fucking 85 Toyota pickup. Like, you guys remember my truck from high school? Those of you that remember my red beast with the fucking off-road bars and fucking tires that stuck out like a foot on each side like that. My shit looked like a little like Hot Wheels machine. Um yeah, my dad had that originally. And I remember he used to pull up. He had subs in the car, and dude, that truck was huge, especially when like lowered cars was the thing around town. It looked extra big. Um, and I remember my dad having fucking bumping music, and it was just so cool. And like, so I think about it, and I'm like, all right, well, that's why I'm into the type of cars I'm into. Like, I even think like VIP dumped cars and fucking like, riding static is even kind of cool. Like, I don't think it's smart, but like, it's kind of cool. It's fun. I see the appeal and I get it. Like cambered wheels, the whole thing. Yes, it's stupid, but it's tight at the same time. Like, if you don't get it and it's not in your area, then you're gonna probably think it's dumb. Because it just doesn't make sense, but it's just one of those things that it's fun to have around your neighborhood. Like I see those fools in like North Carolina, I think, or like I think that's where it's at. But they got the fucking like the Cali lift where it's just the front lifted only, and they're even actually like dumping the back and just riding with their cars, fucking with the headlights in the sky. Like, it looks stupid as fuck, but like, for being a young kid in your area, like what else what else you gonna do? Like, it's fun. So it's just a matter of like where you grew up and what circumstances you were exposed to that you think stuff is cool or not cool. And like, I feel like if we're not exposed to a lot of stuff as kids, then we grow up being judgmental of a lot of things. Because it's like we don't understand, so we have to cast some sort of understanding for ourselves. And it's easy to be like, oh, these people are crazy. Boom. So I'm never going to fucking go whitewater rafting. Oh, boom. That shit's for white people. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Oh, boom. That's for poor people. Oh, boom. That's for rich people. Oh, boom. That's for, it's like, I'm not going to do like, so we all like that starts happening. And I can really see how like the more experiences you bring, you surround kids in and you show them to things and you expose them to cool things, like it becomes a part of their nature, and what they find attractive is more attractive stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that they're attracted to becomes more actually attractive things, like better things, meaning like you want things that are actually better and nicer and cleaner or dirtier, or what I mean? It depends how you grew up, some people are raised so like this, that don't touch that, this, that, that like someday they'll just want to, those people will just be like, man, fuck this, and never wear shoes ever again, and have black ass feet on the the bottom of their feet and just walk everywhere and never wear shoes and just feel comfortable, and like and it's like you got everybody in between. So, or it's like if your parents are hippies and it's like, hey, take your shoes off, and then you grow up, you're like, no, I want to stay clean, I'm not trying to do that, and blah blah blah. Like, but that also shapes like the people we're attracted to and the type of partners that we're attracted to. And I started thinking about this, and I'm like, holy shit, okay, let me think about this. Like, like thinking back. Well, okay, let me start recent times. So like thinking back, and it's like, if I see a girl now, like this day and age, who I'm like, well, that girl's attractive, or like I'm like, damn, that girl's hot, or something, right? I'll I'm not like at where I'm at in my life. I'm not trying to like. I'm not. I don't want any girlfriends. I don't want any. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm just like, I don't know, just kind of observing stuff and being like, huh, like interesting. Like thinking, what is it that I'm actually attracted to? Like, what is it that I actually like, and like, why? Where does this come from? And it's like, is it smart to still feed into that? Or is this some kind of like illusion that I've painted for myself, and I think I make it mean something other than it's not? Such as once people get a diploma or a degree or whatever, you're like, all right, like you're waiting for that, like, boom, like, all right, you're successful now, your life is different, everything changes. Like, nah, it still feels exactly the same, except you accomplish that. And now you're like, well, now what? And then oftentimes you feel less satisfied because the actual like journey of it is what's actually fulfilling. It's not actually the outcome of it. Most of the time, once we receive the outcome of whatever it is that we want, we're just kind of like, all right, well, now how do I do this? Like, you get an apartment, you get a house, and now you're like, how do I fill this? You know what I'm saying? Oh, we need this to go there. We need this to go there. It's like, well, hold on, hold on. Like, did you even stop and like be appreciative? Like, wow, look at this fucking space. You know, like, damn, look at this whole place. Take it in, feel it, and like, we get to fill this. You know, this is amazing. And so, kind of going back, well, not really going back, but reversing just a touch. So looking at like when I see things and I'm like, damn, there's certain things that are like, I don't know, there's like certain traits that certain women have that are like spell binding, or like it's like a spell they cast, like, and it's hard to shake out of those, you know, and like I feel like that's why a lot of dudes will end up like, you know, getting in trouble for looking at other girls, or like, you know, dudes who cheat on their girls or shit like that. Like, like, nah. But like, I feel like it's like there's a, you know, like pheromones are real. Like when you notice like somebody you're attracted to smells a certain way, or or what do you call that? Like their mannerisms are a certain way, and you're like, oh, like that's attractive. Like certain people move in certain ways, and you're like, ooh, that's attractive. Like certain people like make certain movements and take certain pauses and use certain ways of like speaking and pronouncing words, or like using their teeth, or like when their tongue hits their teeth, they're like their lips express things, or like little things. I don't know. I notice these things anyway. Like I don't know. This is random, and I don't really know where it came from exactly, but I notice a lot of the, like almost the most of my exes had this thing where like, or the girls I was attracted to, where it's like the way their lips and teeth and tongue like pronounce certain words is like there's this certain attractive like combination. I don't know how to explain, but it's just this like certain touch of femininity that I don't even know how to explain exactly what it is, but it's just this way of like pronouncing or talking, or like I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it, but like it's this thing I see and I'm like, ooh, like that's really attractive, and like smiles, and when it's a, you know, like looks and like eyebrow like movements, forehead movements, like it's kind of strange. Like, you know, obviously aside from like somebody just being hot, it's like, well, why? And it's like, is it, you know, you look at like the shape of their head, the shape of their face, look at the shape of their eyes, their eyebrows, their facial structure, jawbone, jawline, the way their teeth, you know, sit when they close, like different things, you know? Excuse me. And I started noticing, I'm like, that at least with the last like 2 relationships I was in were serious, and I noticed that the both of them had like kind of equaled like a combination of like, how do I even describe this? Like they had features that reminded me, I guess, not consciously, but like, not reminded me. I don't even know how to say this. It was like their whole characteristics and personas and looks and movements and everything was like a combination of everything I find attractive. So like, I don't even know how to describe. This is like really trippy. So like I'm trying to describe this to where way it makes sense. I've never said this out loud before, so I'm kind of like having trouble putting words on it. But like when it was like what I would think. Damn, I guess this goes way back. It's like who I would be attracted to in like elementary school. Girls I was attracted to in like elementary school. Girls I had found attractive in junior high. Girls I had found attractive in high school. Girls I had found attractive after high school, through college, after college, whatever, work, through my 20s. They were like a collective of all the things that I had found most attractive about the most attractive people I had ever seen prior to them.
Damn, dude.
I think that actually made sense. Holy shit, that was crazy. Damn. That was a bit that was a bit to unpack. So they were the combination of everything I had found attractive. And it's not like and it's weird, and it's not like when I'm looking at somebody and I go, "Oh, you're hot." I'm like, it's not like, "Oh, I think you're hot because you remind me of somebody." It's more just like what I found attractive about that person, that person, that person, that person, that person, that person is all combined inside of this person. Like, wow, like you're beautiful. Holy shit, you know? So it's, it's really trippy. So I'm looking at why are we attracted to who we're attracted to? And then I'm kind of realizing now, and I've been thinking about this for a day or two, like, we really are just attracted to a collective of things that we have seen before. I think that's why, like, couples who've been together since high school typically probably aren't gonna cheat on each other as long as they have a healthy relationship, because who they had sought out as the most attractive they've gotten and been with this whole time, and they still see that person because that's the top image of the top attractive person. So now it's like, oh, you've got that, and you feel secure with that. So now you're just cool. You ride out. You're not really tripping on girls who are out of your league or not, or what, you know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. Because you're happy with what you got because your bar was so high, and boom, you shot for that, and then you made it. So as we're like, I don't know, this is just my observation, where like, and then couples where they're newer and they haven't known each other from before, like I'll see those situations, those couples cheat more than the high school sweetheart couples. This is just my observation and shit I've seen. There's no fact to this. I mean, maybe there is, I don't know, but I'm not saying. It's just an observation, something to think about. And it's like, I've experienced this too, and it's almost like once that attraction, whoa, no, hold on. I feel like once the image like gets overpowered by reality is when people lose interest often, because it's like that idea, once they're not that idea anymore, you just feel kind of like, and it's easy to check out or something. And I don't know, man, like there's so many different ways to look at this, and it's just all attraction. And like, why do some things and some people become unattractive after a while? So that's what kind of has me wary about like marriage and stuff. Like, it's kind of a weird thing. It's like, what we like is supposed to change over time. Now, being faithful and all that, like, that's cool. You've got integrity to your word and stuff, but it's like, why commit to certain things? It's like being like, oh, I'm just never going to take a piss again. Like, nah, that's not like why. You know, like it doesn't make sense. Things are gonna change. You know what I mean? You might say that after you just took the fattest piss, but like things are gonna change. You know what I mean? And things do change. So what are you going to do? How are you going to keep relearning your partner? And how's your partner going to keep relearning you? And how are you guys going to stay attractive to each other through all these years when this person's been fucking farting next to you and stinking up the bathroom and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. It could be anything. Leaving their socks by the side of the hamper, not doing dishes, like, you know, like, not picking up after themselves, like whatever. It could be anything, right? Like leaving a cup here, there, whatever, right? Like shit, I'm chilling here. It's like I got a fucking bong on the table, and it's like that to some people might just be like, oh no way, you know. And it's like, dude, and you know what I mean? Like we're not like okay, you know, I don't know. But it's just so trippy to think about, like, why are we attracted to the shit we're attracted to? And why do we just kind of keep trusting in it? And how often are we supposed to come back and analyze it?
Damn, dude.
We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Oh, man. So, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? How you guys liking this conversation so far? What are you guys thinking about? You getting bored? Are you like, holy shit, this really got me thinking? I shouldn't even suggest, are you getting bored? Because that's terrible. I don't know why I even put that in your head. Sorry, I take that back. I hope you guys are having a great time and enjoying this and I hope you're ready because we're about to go hella the fuck deeper on this, and we're going to tie this into some trippy shit. So, oh shit, 1 second. I gotta set this timer. I restarted. Okay. So think about this. And a lot of this is, I've read different books and learned some shit about attraction and belief and memories and how they work. And I'm trying to think if I should explain this. I feel like I've explained this on the show before. But yeah, so basically this is a fact and it's been proven. Yeah, I might as well just share this because this helped me a lot, and I noticed it helped a lot of people. Almost every person I've told this to, even if they're older people, they're like, whoa, like really? Holy shit, that's damn, I can really use that. So I'll tell you guys. So basically, if you have a traumatic event that happens in life, so imagine we're going down a timeline here, right? We got boom, draw a dot, that's traumatic incident. Something happened. You got your heart broken, you got whatever, right? Your feelings hurt, you got embarrassed, you got hurt, you got whatever. So life goes on down the timeline, and then you think back to that memory. Okay, you have that memory. You move forwards. When you think back to that trauma, you can actually only you can only physically think back and are only capable of thinking back to the last memory of the traumatic incident. Okay, so let's go further down the timeline. Then boom, next time you think about it, that memory is only of the last memory of the last memory of the last memory of the last memory of the actual traumatic incident. So we are literally, I don't say literally, but we are able to essentially go back and time travel and heal shit through this method, through this ideology. And I've done this myself, and I know it works. And this is actually proven too. And it's in the book Fearvana, which I highly recommend everybody go read. So if you go back and you go back down these memories and you just keep implanting, you just kind of like adjust the information each time, where it's like, well, damn, okay, when I was embarrassed in class, that actually taught me independence. When I got called out and the whole class was laughing at me and the teacher's laughing at me, this is real for me. When the whole class is laughing at me in second grade, and my sister, my grandma, my great aunt just died, like, the several months before that, or in first grade, and I'm in second grade, just all fucked up. I'm not even talking, and everybody's laughing at me because I turned to the wrong page in the book. Like, I can go back and instead of, because what I made that mean was that I was stupid and I'm not good enough.
Damn, dude.
So now that I've gone back and rewritten what that story meant, because I can't change the fact of what happened, but I can change what the fuck I made it mean. So now, because literally I made it mean I was stupid, I made it mean I was an idiot. Now what I made it mean is, whoa, that was where I learned independence. That was where I learned, you know what? Fuck you. Like, think that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you try to do what I'm doing. And it's crazy. Like, for reals, most people can't hang with me through one work day that I work. It's hard, dude. Like, it's a lot, dude, to really hang with me through a whole work day, to be in the sun as many hours as I am, while like people come with me and they sit in the shade and they're drinking drinks and they're chit chatting and like, and yeah, I'll rock with you through the work day and they need a break, or oh man, I can't make it. Like, I can't keep going, dude. Like, how are you doing this? It's like, bro, like this isn't even a fraction of it. So so after doing that, I come home and I'm doing this podcast, and like I realize, like, sometimes I'm like, damn, like I'm not doing what I'm doing, but man, I'm going hard, dude. Like, I'm grinding, I'm putting in work, I'm doing good shit, I'm making shit happen. So coming back to this whole thing about attraction. What I was going to call this episode was Attraction, Fuck the Odds. Because it's kind of like, but I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Because the odds are actually always in your favor. Like, whatever people tell you can't do, that's actually what you should be doing. That's a whole nother conversation. Anyway, so if you think about this, if you know what let's use like finding a girl or guy attractive, right? I'm going to speak from my version. So I'm going to say, if I know what I find attractive in a woman, then I know what to look for. Like, for me, there's certain smile, there's certain teeth, and there's certain eyes and nose that I'm just like, I don't know how to, I can kind of explain it, but like, I know what it looks like. And it's, like, it's just so attractive to me. And like, so when I see somebody who's of those features, I'm kind of like, oh shit, like, damn, At the same time, knowing to be open and like that some of those things are a trick. There's been times where it's like, I remember just looking at some of my, girlfriends at the time and just like, damn, like, I can't even believe how beautiful you are. It's like, it almost feels like a trick, or like I don't know, man. Like it feels way too good to be true. Like, damn, like you're really down to be in my space and in my zone. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, like you're so beautiful. I can't even believe it. So thinking that and seeing that, I have the picture in mind, so I kind of know what to look like. I know what I'm looking at when I see it. Like, it's like, oh, that's attractive. Like, okay, cool. Like, that's what I find attractive. And it's a trip because this whole thing, how I've been painting this picture of attraction and kind of like coming in at these different angles of what attraction is and how it kind of comes about and occurs and stuff. This works the same for the law of attraction, how people are always talking about, right? Like, and I said this in the first place, but like I said, I'm always going to tie things back together. So the law of attraction. Think about it. Like, people say, oh, it's some bullshit, whatever. A lot of people think, oh, just, pretend, believe it, see it, make a vision board, and it'll come true. It's like, that's not how it actually works. I mean, that's part of it, and it helps because it's helping you, but how often does that just turn into a fucking piece of thing, like a piece of paper on the a magnet on the fridge that you never fucking look at and it's just there all the time. You never fucking look at it, like how quickly does it become that? So what's interesting is like when we have the focus and it's like we really want, like that wanting where it's gonna happen, or it's like you don't even relate to it as I want it, I know this. So like for me, again, like if you watch the video, like the quad painting in the back, like that was one of those things, I know this. So I had details down to black rims, which was, cool. This was before it was all played out. It was still super cool. It was like, it was like still kind of like, whoa, like what the fuck? You put black? Damn, that's crazy. Like it was hard to put black rims on something back then. So it was just like, damn, I saw the whole thing. My vision was crazy. And I got it and I did it, right? But the thing is, it was one of those knowing type of wants. It was like, nah, I'm doing this. I don't care what. And that was kind of the same way with me living by the beach before. It's like, don't care. We're living by the beach. We're just going to make it happen. It was me living here. I was like, you know what? I don't care how. I don't care where. I'm going to live in Poway. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to make it happen. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Like nothing's going to stop this. So I think when you at least know the outcome of what the picture's supposed to be before you even start painting it, that's how it works. So it's like if you would say, oh, okay, a hot girl to me is this, boom, brown hair, black hair, blonde hair, red hair, whatever you're into, these types of features, this, that. And then sometimes it's like you don't really care and you're just open to whatever. Like sometimes being open to whatever is your type of attraction, and there's all different levels to it. So think about it. Those like why and where and why is this even important and why am I even encouraging you to think about it? Because what you focus on, it's about the focus. Think about before you're about to buy a new car, if you've ever bought a car, or before you've bought something expensive. Really put yourself back to right before you got it and a couple months before you got it. What were you talking about? What were you thinking about? What were you focused on? How often were you thinking about it? Were you dreaming about it? Were you seeing them at every stoplight? It's like if it was something you really wanted. Now that shit happens all the time. It's like if you're a girl, you need your nails done, or you want your nails done, I should say, and and it's like, shit, you're busy and you just happen to see all the little nail salons that you never saw before. You want a Jeep, you see fucking Jeeps everywhere. You want a fucking truck, you see trucks everywhere. You wanted a car, you see that same car everywhere. Stuff like that. Like for me, before I had my son Royal, like I was seeing there's this truck out in Southern California, like some company, and it's called Royal. It's like some construction company or something. But it says it printed across the back, and we were seeing it everywhere, and people would send pictures of it, and it's like sometimes that still happens, and it's like, whoa, like this is really like we're attracting all of this, because that's what our focus is on. So it's like we know the big picture, we know Royal's coming, so you're gonna start seeing it everywhere, and you're gonna start attracting that name, that energy, that excitement, right?
Damn, dude.
So when we really are able to see the picture before it's painted, the details don't have to be exact, but it's like you see the picture before it's painted. No, sorry. The details should be exact, but I think we shouldn't be attached to the exact details and realize when that blessing and that thing we've been wanting was actually attracted in real life. So for example, for me, I had my dream truck, which was the this is bad. Second gen Ram trucks, the Dodge Ram second gen ones. So like 94 through 2000 two, three, I want to say. Or was it 99? No, not 92. Whatever. If you know, you know what I'm talking about. And my dream truck was a 94 Ram, a green one. 4-wheel drive, lifted, subs, tinted windows. I got a 94 turbo diesel Dodge Ram 2500, and it was silver. It was like silver gray, which is probably one of my least favorite colors, but it's all good. But what's really fucking interesting is the original paint underneath it was green.
Damn, dude.
Like, what? Wait. Hold on. There's a little like chip in the paint because I off-roaded the fuck out of that thing. So like, you see little scratches and whatever, and there's a little chip in the bed or whatever, and I'm like, there's fucking green under there. Holy shit, this truck was green. And I'm like, it's like the truck was painted pretty well, but like I'm going around looking at him, like I could see, especially in the bed where it would get scratched over, like you could see it was green underneath. I'm like, I get that. This is my dream truck. Holy fuck, is a green 94 Ram. Like, what? Like, no way. So I think what happens is when we're clear on what our attraction is, where it comes from, and why, we're then able to start noticing that of which we're attracted to everywhere, beating the odds, and seeing more than would typically be out or around, and essentially attracting that to you. And it's like you're not really making it happen through these pictures you drew or whatever. It's more like you have this vision and this focus and this knowing turned on, turned inward, and turned outward to where now you want a Toyota Tacoma and all you see is Toyota Tacomas, right? Like, that is essentially attracting it to you. It's not that it's like you have this magnet, you're bringing it to you. It's just that you opened yourself up to see such thing. And that is essentially what attraction is. It's like when you can see, you see it and you go, oh, that's what I like. That's attraction. So it's like, I think we have the law of attraction all fucked up and on this hokey shit, where it's like, no, this is real. You just have to actually be open to being attracted to whatever the fuck it is. Because a lot of the times we shoot ourselves in the foot and we sell ourselves short long before we even give ourselves the chance to believe that that's what we actually want. So that's why I said in like one of the last few episodes, like, I've gotten everything I've wanted because this is real. And it's like when I said this is what I wanted, I got it because I said I just kept making it happen, And it's a weird thing, but that's what happened.
Damn, dude.
So, and this is the thing too, is like you have to put in the work for it. That's the other half of it. It's like you can't just sit here and pretend. It's like, no, you have to. Let's say I want Toyota Tacoma, I want Tesla truck, I want whatever the fuck. The half the part is believing that that's what I really want, so much so to where I'm believing that I start seeing them everywhere and it doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep seeing them everywhere, essentially attracting it to myself. And then I'm putting in the man hours. I'm putting aside the money to do so, to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? That's the other half of that. attracting and manifesting and all that shit is that, and why we got it all twisted, because it's not, no, just fucking imagine and meditate and woo woo woo. Like, no, like, I'm super woo woo as fuck. And like, at the same time, I'm going to tell you that's definitely not how it works and what it is. Like, that's not what meditation's about. That's not what chanting's about. That's not what, you know what I'm saying? When people talk about vibe and vibes and, you know, vibrations, it's like, it all gets such a twisted, wacky rep that like, most of the people talking about that stuff don't know what the fuck they're talking about, because you wouldn't need to even be really using those words over and over and in such like almost like just provocative or inflammatory type of way where it's like, oh, you know, the power of manifesting is within us, you just have to look inward. And it's like, yes, but what does that mean? Tell me, use examples. You know, that's where it gets bullshitty. And it's like, that's where I'm here, I feel like, to like fill in the gaps between that, because I'm super with the shit when it comes to that woo woo shit, and at the same time I'm very much a realist. So I feel like I have the ability to, I've been fortunate to have the ability to play in both the worlds of very literal and very on some crazy shit. And I've had people laugh at me for all sorts of different conversations, but I'm like, I see where some people can only hear so far in certain types of conversations because they're not capable or able to hear anymore, because it goes against all the beliefs that they already have. And oh, that was my neck. And when people aren't present, then like they're not willing to open, you know, to be open and hear new things and do new research and learn new shit. It's kind of, oh, it's, again, like I said, it's easier to be like, oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's for this people. That's for those people, whatever. But it's like, no, dude, all of this stuff is for all of us. You know what I mean? Like being able to be the law of attraction and manifesting stuff is for all of us. It's like if you're attracted to chocolate cake and fucking, you know, computer games or whatever the fuck, like cool, but like why are you even attracted to that? What is it about that that's so nice? You know, if you're into fucking horses or fucking racing cars or whatever, like why? Like look into it. It's helpful information to know, because all of this, I think, to me, is a part of our spiritual journey. And that's where people get fucking all like, it's like, nah, it's, you know, spiritual journey doesn't mean in being a person who participates in spiritual things doesn't have to be this wacky shit. A lot of normal things that we do are examples of practicing spirituality. Like when you go to your homie's gravesite and you sit there and you're talking to him for a second. Who are you talking to? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Saying a prayer, whatever. Like, what is that? That's something. You know what I'm saying? Like, then there's sports that tap you into the same thing. There's ways of thinking that tap you into the same thing. You know, and I do believe that video games can take you there. Not all the way, but there's versions of it that it does. Same thing with fucking surfing or riding motorcycles or fucking playing a guitar or playing basketball or whatever you do, working on engines, whatever, teaching, anything, making music, writing, reading, puzzles, photography, whatever. Like all of these things, they give us access to that calming. And if you acknowledge that it makes you feel good, what is that? Why? To me, that's what spirituality is. And it's like when you can practice different and you can invoke your own spirituality in the sense that I just explained as many times as possible, we have access to happiness and feeling good and understanding things on a daily basis, to where we don't have to be confused or feeling rushed or feeling like we're falling behind or being on a deadline or whatever. Like we just get to live and enjoy it, you know? So this is why it's like, I want to really be able to speak and paint in a way where we eliminate the wackiness out of the whole equation, because this isn't wacky shit. Like it's real. This is the stuff we should have been taught in school. And consider that had you been taught this in school or your parents told you this shit was real, then you'd probably believe in it, which is also wacky, right? Like, so the same way, it's like if you grow up in a certain town, you're going to like a certain sports team typically. You're just going to be more inclined to put on that gear. And this is the same thing. This is the law of attraction. This is manifesting. It's like, well, shit, the sports company manifested new fans, right? They manifested that. You putting your kid in sports logos or whatever, that's a manifestation of that company, right? Like, yeah, those are your kids, that's your people, whatever, your shirt, whatever. But that's a manifestation of somebody's. To see the stands packed with thousands of people wearing our logo, paying $14 a beer, eating $12 hot dogs, like, this is our manifestation. That's somebody's manifestation. So it's like, we have to understand we're continuously participating in other people's manifestations nonstop. Using a phone, using all this technology, using whatever you're listening to this from or watching this from, it's all a manifestation of somebody else's ideas. So I think it's wise to take whatever cool things people have manifested, put them together, and create our own manifestation. So now the next thing can happen, because I realize that a lot of the things that I'm spinning and I say is just, well, not a lot, but almost everything is just regurgitated shit in my own words that I've learned from other people that I've collected. And I understand that I listen to and have a very interesting circle of influence. So it just would be wise for me to use these electronics, go against my odds, somebody who didn't speak for a year, to be here to make a living speaking. Right? Like, that's crazy. That's against the odds. That's why I'm like, fuck the odds, but I love the odds, because it's like, fuck them until you love them. I think that's what it is with the odds. So maybe we will put this as a title. Excuse me. So I think this is where we take the understanding of why we're attracted to certain things and certain people, and apply that to getting the things that we actually want and love out of life. Right? Like, if we can take the understanding of why do you like these types of smiles? Why do you like these types of teeth? Why do you like these types of hair color? Why do you like these types of bodies? Why do you like whatever? And then start asking the same thing about, why do I like this type of car? Why do I even like Ferraris? Do I even like Ferraris? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, do I really think that's cool? You know, a lot of people, they're influenced, and they saw the swag of somebody else, and that clout stuck with them, and they're just, and you know, the swag, the clout of that person that flew by them looking cool as fuck, all iced out, that's all that person saw fly by, and they're like, wow, I'm going to be that happy and cool and whatever. And it's like, you'll never be happy till you get that. And as soon as you get there, you're not happy, because you realize all you're doing is driving a car, and it's like you only are doing that because you thought it was cool for a moment when somebody else flew by you, and now you've designed your whole life to play out for that one moment.
Damn, dude.
Of course it's going to be a letdown. Like, what the fuck? Of course it's going to be a letdown. You're living your whole life for one moment. Of course it's going to be a letdown. No matter what. You could bang the hottest chick in the world, and you're the ugliest, most desperate guy ever. And it's like, yeah, you'd probably be pretty fucking stoked for a while, but it's like, you're going to go back, oh, I wish this, I wish that, whatever. You could fucking win a gold medal and still feel like, oh, fuck, I should have said this. You could do whatever and still experience that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what the hell is beeping? That was weird. Nothing should be beeping in this house. Damn. So, yeah.
Damn, dude.
I hope that makes a lot of... Nah, that does make a lot of sense, actually, because this shit is kind of... It was pretty damn mind-blowing to me, how it all adds up. You know, it all adds up. So, yeah, man. Hope you guys have a beautiful evening. Make sure you guys say what you're grateful for, at least 3 things every morning, every night. And I promise you, life will start changing for the better. It has for me. As you guys have seen, I've been documenting since being in my relationship. fucking having the relationship fall apart, moving back in with my dad, fucking being homeless, bringing you guys fucking episodes on a cell phone at a fucking casino, to getting my own pad, being here, fucking doing shit with my kids. Like, this is some real shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're really gonna do this to really fucking do this, because I really, really do this. So, like I said, yeah, have a beautiful night. Please go leave us a 5-star written review on Apple, iTunes, and wherever you can leave a review. Have a beautiful day. Much love. Rooster Tail, take us out.